Okay, good afternoon. We are just meeting to get some updates and see where we all are on our task that we were assigned for the implementation of our EB population plan. This is just to kind of get an update and see how the progress is going and if we are actually ready to go ahead and put our plan into place. So we'll start with colleague 2. Would you like to start us off?
Sure. We have scheduled a parent information meeting to provide parents with strategies to assist their students with at-home learning activities. We will have the teachers model the strategies we want during the meeting. The strategies were provided by the teachers based on deficiencies noted during interactions in the classroom with the students. The meeting will also give the parents an opportunity to ask questions and get the support they need to assist their students. We will also be sending out a quarterly survey to the parents. The survey is designed to monitor students' at-home English usage. Examples of the questions that are in the survey are: how often do you engage in English activities at home during the week? As well as, how comfortable do you feel with supporting your child's English language at home? We have decided to use Remind and Campus Callout to provide the parents with information concerning upcoming events and survey due dates.
Okay. Colleague 2, whenever those due dates are coming up for those surveys, how far in advance will you begin to notify the parents about those?
Okay, we will send out the Remind probably 5 to 7 days prior, and then the call outs will go out the night before.
Okay. And these are campus call outs notifying parents that the survey is due and they need to go ahead and log on.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Colleague 1, would you like to go ahead and share?
Yeah, so as LPAC, I am assigned to directly assist the teachers with the SIOP strategies in the classroom. So based on their need, I will create a schedule to spend as much time as necessary with each teacher. So I will provide the hands-on support. I'll show them different strategies. We'll work on it together with the students. If there are more EBs in the classroom, say 10 or more, I'll spend more time there. If the teachers request it, if they're novice, even the veteran teachers, if they need a little bit more support, I can be in there with them as much as necessary.
Okay. For our novice teachers, I think that's where my biggest concern is, because all of this information is very new for them. So colleague 1, would you be able to maybe spend some time planning with them during conference periods?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to plan it out before we can actually execute it too. So.
All right, good. And I also know colleague 4 is out today, and I know that you and her work together on schedules because you all will be basically partnering and tag teaming the grade levels. Did she follow pretty much the same format when it came to scheduling?
Yes, she does.
Okay. And let's see, colleague 3, can you share with us what's our plan for PLCs? How are we getting this information out to our teachers? You're on mute, colleague 3.
For our initial PLC, we're going to concentrate on the importance of the SIOP model, which is critical to reach our EB population enrollment, which is vastly growing. We're also going to make sure that teachers are using it with fidelity so that we can see changes in our students' engagement in the classroom. We're also going to focus on the ELP standards, having teachers review them and making sure that they know how to foster them into the English language. We also want to make sure that teachers are clear on what PLCs will look like for the remainder of the semester. PLCs will be broken down into 8 strategies from the SIOP model, and we're going to focus on each one per PLC. We'll see what that looks like. Teachers can give feedback and also get clarification.
Okay. Out of those 8 SIOP models, I'm looking at a list right here. Which one do you think would be the most appropriate for us to start with?
think it's important to start at the beginning. So we'll probably start.
Good morning, colleague one. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We're meeting today to just do some reflecting on what we've accomplished with our plan so far this year. As a team, we've come up with a way to support our EB students. And with you being our LPAC chair, I just wanted to kind of get some feedback and see how do you think all of that's been going so far this year?
I think it's been going great. I think the team members are perfect for their roles. I think everybody's been working hard. Planning has been good. The execution in the classroom has been good. Teachers, parents, we've got a lot of good buy-in from them. So I think our strategies and our planning and our teamwork together has really helped the students.
Okay. What are some things that you've been seeing in the classrooms? I know that we all do the walkthroughs weekly. And what are some things that you've been seeing either with the students or with the teachers?
A lot, actually. I can tell that the teachers have taken this seriously. They have been planning. They ask questions, a lot of questions. They're trying to figure out how to make their ELPs meet with their TEKS, how to use all the different PSYOP strategies that we've been talking about in our PLCs. I see sentence stems everywhere. The kids are talking more than the teachers, which is really what we want.
That's a good thing.
So I think things have been going really well.
I think that's my biggest aha moment. I'm so happy to walk in classrooms and I can see the students talking with each other. I can see students giving feedback to their peers. And I think them verbalizing what they're learning and using that academic language, I think that's really what we're trying to accomplish. And we're doing a good job at it. So I'm happy with what I've seen so far.
I agree with you.
Yes.
I think a lot of times the teachers are hesitant to let the kids talk because, a long time ago, you wanted a quiet classroom. The teachers wanted the students to be listening and quiet and awaiting instruction and doing what they're supposed to do and no outbursts and no talking. But now we know that if these kids are going to learn the vocabulary, the academic, be able to use it, they have to be able to speak. They have to be able to converse with their friends, to put them in sentences, to play the games with the vocabulary. So to me, a louder classroom is always better for language development.
Exactly. We're looking for that. What do you call it? Productive chaos? Is that a
Yes.
good name for it? Yeah.
Yes.
We like that.
The teachers are finally seeing that it is productive. It's not just chaos. Yeah.
Exactly. So we were able to meet with our collaborative team a few times this year where we set it up to where everyone had their own roles. Everyone had those tasks that they were accountable for in making all of this plan come together on campus. So how do you think that went with everyone having their own role?
It went well. So colleague number 2, we already knew that he had a good rapport with the parents. He is not one of those teachers that only reaches out when it's something negative. So the parents aren't, already on guard when he's reaching out to them and doing these parent surveys and the call outs and things like that. So the parents were more receptive to him. Definitely. Because they know that he is just trying to do what's best for the students. So I think he was perfect for that role.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
Yeah, he's a great parent liaison. And he planned everything. And the questions that he asked were well thought out.
Yes, I was looking at the parent survey questions, and I feel like he was very intentional with the questions that he chose. We were trying to target and figure out what does that English proficiency look like in the home? How are the students using it outside of school? And our goal is to have them use it, take what they learn at school and apply it to everyday life. So his questions were really on point with how the parents address those.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And what do you think about our PLC sessions that we've been having?
So I love them. I think they've been great. Colleague 3 was a good fit for her role as well. She knows how to conduct a meeting where it is productive. She had everything planned out. People were able to ask questions if they needed to. It wasn't like, you're afraid to ask a question or you're afraid to ask for clarity. It was informal, but really informative, So I like the way that she planned her 8 strategies over the year. The way that she did the first one and then kind of fed off the first one into the second one. And now we've done this one, so we should be better prepared for the third one. I just like the way she planned it all.
Awesome. I agree. So colleague 1, since you are our LPAC chair, our big person on campus when it comes to our EB population, I really want to get like some personal insight on how you felt about the implementation, maybe any strengths or weaknesses from what we've done this year. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it went well. There's always things that the circumstances that are unforeseen that you don't expect. So when we planned our PLCs, I think maybe next time we need to have maybe a better backup plan for things like surprise campus visits or illnesses for me or you or colleague 2 or 3. I know we can do some things on Google Meets or on Zoom, but there's only so many days in a week, and we got to get this done. So maybe if we have a little bit more backup plan there. What do you think?
I definitely think that'll be a good idea. So are you saying, for example, like something happens and we cannot have that PLC meeting, to touch on that 5th strategy, we need to find somewhere to kind of fit that in?
Yeah, I do.
And so the teachers can still get that information.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is good. And I think we can work on that because, this year I looked at the campus calendar and I really planned out all of our PLC days up front. And that's something that we do need to take into consideration for next year. Making sure that when we do have unforeseen circumstances, we can still have a way to get this information out to teachers. Because what I don't want to do is just schedule another meeting right after that, because then I'm taking teachers' planning time, and I want to try to stay away from that. So that's something that we can look at for next year, that planning and having that backup method of getting that information out to teachers. So I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, but otherwise, no, I think it couldn't have gone better, really.
Good. What do you think about, it's just something I saw in the classrooms and I want to get your feedback on it. What about small groups? Did you see a lot of it, or what do you think?
I'm not seeing enough small groups. I know it's really hard to plan those days with the small groups because you have to have something for the other kids to do. And really, that's just routine and procedure. You have to do it over and over and over again. So the kids are not coming to you all the time, interrupting your small groups to ask, what do I do next? What do I do? So I think if we can implement that earlier in the year, maybe get everybody used to it, teachers especially, so they know, what do I do when I'm done with this? When it's time to rotate, they know exactly what to do. But yeah, we need more small groups because I think sometimes our newcomers are real hesitant to want to speak out,
Right.
unless they're speaking to their peers or, a one-on-one, 2-on-1 with their teachers. So we need to consider that as well. But other than the small group issue and the scheduling issue, I think it's been really, really good.
Okay, good. I agree. That's something else that we're going to have to put into play for next year. And it's something that I saw on my time in the classroom. I didn't know if everybody had seen it. So I just kind of want to see if but we were on the same page. So that's perfect. Okay. The collaborative team that we have had, so the creation of the collaborative team, how do you think this is going to improve our campus culture in the years to come?
So I think it's going to be really positive. I think it already has been. The teachers feel more comfortable coming to us, asking for help.